Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to an early edition of the O Show. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, it is very early Saturday morning. I went to go see the movie Magazine Dreams last night, which was March 21st, the official theatrical release date. And holy shit, you guys. I'm going to be saying the word shit and fuck probably a lot in this video. And I was I was gonna do a spoiler-free review. However, I am gonna mention some stuff, so there will be some spoilers. However, I'm not gonna tell the movie from beginning to end like I usually do, because I really do recommend people seeing this movie because holy shit and fuck, fucking holy shit. This movie was crazy. Oh my god, and not crazy in a bad way, like crazy in a good way. Jonathan Majors did such a good job in this movie. And what he did to his body, holy shit. Okay, so look. I know Jonathan Majors is trying to make like a comeback, and I hate to really kind of say that. Only because I guess this movie was made back in well, okay, I'm assuming the movie was made back in 2022 because it premiered at a film festival, I believe, Sundance, I think, in January of 2023. It was supposed to be released in 2023, but then that whole mess went down with him and his then girlfriend with the domestic abuse, and then everyone like closed the door on him, right? He got fired from like Marvel and this and that, which was crazy. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm not promoting like domestic violence, but I swear there's like celebrities who have done worse. Not that domestic violence is not worse, but I don't know. It was just so weird. Like, they were shutting doors in front of his face before he was even found guilty, which I guess he was found guilty later. But okay, so anyway, the movie got picked up by this production company called Briarcliff, I think. And so they're the ones who are releasing it right now. And then it was super odd because like a couple weeks ago, Rolling Stones put out this audio where I guess he admitted to hitting the girlfriend, but is that sabotage? Like, was someone just waiting for the day to pull that button because, or push that button rather? Because why are we hearing about this now? Why wouldn't that have been played at his trial and all that stuff? Like, I don't know. Like, anyway, that's not what this video was about. The video is about this movie. So, Jonathan Majors plays this character named Killian Maddox, right? He's this guy who lives with his grandfather, and he is obsessed with bodybuilding and builders. Like, he has posters like all like covering his bedroom wall. He is a bodybuilder himself. He is going to the gym. He is pushing himself. He's eating all the meat that he can. When they say one is the loneliest number, like, that is not compared to this man. Like, he is super socially awkward, just to the point of, let me just say, like, I was so uncomfortable through this whole movie in a good way. Because I feel like he did his job creating this character. And like, I believed it. I feel like I've seen like people like this before. Like, they're like a ticking time bomb. Like, he already has anger issues. He's seeing like a therapist, and I think he has like a social worker, but he has a past. Okay, it seems to be like a violent past. So now you're like, uh-oh. So then when you see him interact with people, you're just like I was on the edge of my chair, like, oh my God, is he gonna do something? Oh my, oh, okay. Whew. Oh my God, is he gonna do something now? Oh my God. Like, I was having panic attacks in the theater. So not only is he obsessed with bodybuilding, he's obsessed with a bodybuilder. His name is Brad Vanderhorn, if I'm not mistaken. And he is like writing this letter, not a letter, he is writing letters to this man, just saying like, I'm your biggest fan, like, you know, your body's perfect, I'm trying to get like you, here's a picture of me, this is how I look, give me some tips, blah blah blah. Do you remember that song Stan from Eminem back in the day? I feel like this is like a movie version of the song Stan, because that's literally what was happening. Because at one point he was just like, if you don't answer me back, something's bad is gonna happen. Oh my god. He meets his idol. The guy like one day just finally calls him like, okay, hey, it's me. I'm gonna be in your town, you want to meet? But then it's like something happens between the two of them, which I didn't see coming. But then when it happens, I kind of see why they did what they did between him and his idol. Because I guess it just goes back to the whole like, he has no friends, he's a loner, and with his obsession, maybe he just didn't know what the guy was doing was crazy until, I mean, we don't see what happened until afterwards, and you have to put it together. You're like, oh shit. And then he turns Glenn Close at the end, because then he starts calling the guy like, hey, call me back. It's me. I know I'm leaving all these messages. Call me back. I want to talk to you. Call me back.
I'm not going to be ignored, Dan.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is a cashier that he likes. He goes on a date with her. And then when they go on their date, it starts off like really good. And then that shit falls off the cliff and into the toilet and flushed. Okay. So fast. That was super awkward. Oh my god, that restaurant scene was insane. There's a little storyline that revolves around his grandfather's house being painted. So he's a caretaker of his grandfather. So that's the only family he has. Tragedy struck with his his mom and his dad. I'll let you watch the movie to see what happened to them. But it's just him and his grandfather. And grandfather's kind of in bad shape. But I guess the house got painted recently. But the paint was thin, so they needed to come back out and fix it. And they were going to do it. They're like, we come back out here, we're going to charge you all over again. Like, there's nothing wrong with the paint. And what he does to these people's store, and then they seek revenge on him, right? And when they seek revenge on him, it was the day of this competition he was going to. They whooped his ass so bad that you think he would just go back into the house, right? But now he gets into the car, he drives, and then you're like, where is he going? Then he gets to a place. I'm thinking, like, is he at the police station? Like, is he at... He doesn't know where they live. That's not the store that, like, he messed up. No, he went to the competition. Bloody face, beaten, and bleeding. And, and he goes, I'm checking in. And he got there just in time because they were calling his name. And he made his way to that stage and started posing. And everyone's looking at him like, what the fuck is happening? And he is just like doing his thing until he couldn't anymore. You guys, like that whole scene. Fuck! Oh my god. Ah! Holy shit. Yo, there were these like, okay, look. I don't know if people are still like protesting Jonathan Majors. I don't know. When I went to the theater, it was a later show. It was me, these two people in the back. Okay, there was two guys in the back. There were two women in the back. And then there was me. And that was it, right? 30 minutes in, like these three black people came in. Because the people in the back who behind me were not black. So I was like, oh, the black people gonna like support Jonathan Majors? Like, what's happening? Are we showing him love? I don't know. But these three black people came in. But they were like 30 minutes late, right? Typical. But no. These three people sat right in front of me. This whole theater is empty. And they sit in the row in the seats right in front of me. Like 30 minutes after the movie started. And I really wanted to be like, y'all need to get out and come back when the movie starts over because you missed so much. Like there's so much happening in this movie. But I'm scared because like no one was in my theater, so I hope other people went to go see this movie. I hope this movie does good because even though we have obviously passed the deadline for the 2025 Oscars. I hope like this movie pops up for the 2026 Oscars because I don't want that performance to go to waste. Like, even though there's parts of the story where you're just kind of thinking like, well, why do we need this? It's like 2 hours long. There's so many times where I thought the movie was going to end. Like, there was a perfect time for this movie to end, and then it will fade to black. And then I'm thinking like, well, I hope that's not the end. Even though I think like, well, that could be the end. And then it's the next day or something. I'm like, okay, the movie's still going. It does that like 5 or 6 times. Shit would happen. It would just fade to black. You're like, oh, it's still going. There's this whole thing about a gun, guns. I get it, but like, there was so many things being teased about these guns, and it just that makes you panic more. Like, is he going to do what I think he's going to do, and then he either did it or he didn't? I'm gonna leave that alone. There's this whole thing about a prostitute. I get it, but then I'm like, did we need the prostitute scene? I don't know. This fool is taking steroids, pushes himself over to the edge, ends up in the hospital. The doctor's like, you got tumors. And he's like, well, I'm not. He's like, we need to do surgery like right now. And he's like, well, I can't do surgery because bodybuilders don't have scars. Like, oh no, he's going to die later of these tumors. That's so much happening. The only other thing that was weird about this movie is like, there's so much that he does that seems to be like misdemeanors. I don't know. I don't think he did anything. Well, I don't think he did like any felonies. Well, I don't know. I'm not an expert in the law, but there's times where he's doing shit. Like at one point he crashes a car, and then all of a sudden, like in the next scene or whenever he has to go somewhere, he's in a new car, and I'm like, well, did he go to jail for what he did? Like, did the cops come? Is the car a total loss? Did he have two cars at home? So now this new car is like, there were so many questions I'm asking about that because it just seemed like there is little time going by here and there between things that happen. But there's so many times that shit happens. Like at one point he gets beat up by the cops to the point of like a Rodney King like beating. I'm telling you guys, there's so much happening in this movie. But then you're like, oh my God, did they kill him? Because they're pepper spraying him. I feel like the cop that's on the back of him holding him down also got pepper sprayed, but he's not really reacting, so I don't know about that. But it looks like he's getting to the point of like dying, like George Floyd style. And they're like, don't you die on us, don't you die on us. And then just fades to black. And then the next thing you know, we see him in the next scene. He's just walking around like, doo-doo-doo. So I know time has passed by from that, but I'm like, did he go to jail though? Like he did something in the restaurant with a whole bunch of witnesses that could attest to like what he did. I don't know, it just feels like some things keep happening to him. And then the next day it's fine. That kind of drove me crazy. I understand that. Yeah. I said enough. I'm gonna stop right there. Anyway, this performance, you guys, is so good. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I do recommend seeing this movie. If you're not gonna see it in the theaters, wait till it comes out on streaming. Like, check it out. I do recommend watch it at least once and be prepared. Like I said, like it is. I was cringing the whole time, but in a good way. And I hate the fact that this guy has an attitude problem, but then in real life, that whole thing happened with the abuse. So now I'm just like, I'm trying to weigh like, what's real and what's not with the acting. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Maybe that's another reason I was so uncomfortable because I was like, holy shit, did he do that in real life? Okay, hold on. I need my coffee. You guys, when the movie was over, I went to the washroom and then this guy came in. And first of all, he didn't like abide by the rules of the urinals. Like he was right next to me. There's like 4 urinals. But anyway, he was like, were you one of the people in the movie to see Magazine Dreams? And I was like, yeah. So we were literally having a conversation at the urinal talking about this movie. He goes, good, because I really want to talk to someone about this movie. And he's like, "What did you think of the end?" I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, that end is crazy." Like but we were both like on the same page. Like, oh no, the ending was weird. The gun situations were weird. I feel like the movie could have ended at that part right here. He's like, yeah, like it just put a kid going, and I was like, yeah, I know, damn it. And we literally talked from the urinal to the sink to the hallway to when we got outside, and he went this way and I went that way. but I, but it was really good. I had to get stuff out. I was just like, what do you think about this part? What do you think about this? Yeah, that was hilarious. So, what would I give Magazine Dreams? I'm not gonna give it a 5 because I mean, like, the story's kind of it's weird. And I thought he was super gonna do something with his grandfather, like to his grandfather. And I was praying that he did not do anything to the grandfather. Okay, he loves his grandfather. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that and put that in your heads. So, do I give it a 3 or a 4? I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give the movie 3. It's really good. I would watch it again in the comfort of my home. It's very It's a really good movie. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a really good movie. But the applause goes to Jonathan Majors and his portrayal of this character. I think he did a really, really good job. I believed every minute of it. Holy shit and fuck. Okay. Cheers. Okay. Okay. Why am I drinking so early in the morning? The things I do for this show. Okay. If you see Magazine Dreams, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know people's thoughts about this. All right, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, TTFN.